Okay, welcome back. I have opened Photoshop and we are going to now edit the bicycle that we were just working on in Photoshop to get it ready so we can print we can print transparencies to burn for our screen. So the first thing I want to do is go over to File, Open, and here's that bicycle. So we're going to open that. All right, so let's see. We're just going to rotate the image. There we go. And then what I like to do, cleaning up isn't the most fun. So what I like to do is crop this. So we're going to crop this. Oh, maybe. Yep. We are going to, well, you know what? I am going to go over, I'm going to do, that was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to go over this exactly how I have it written so I don't confuse anyone. All right, so the first thing we want to do is convert this image to grayscale. So we go Image, Mode, Grayscale. It's going to ask us to discard color information. We are going to say yes. Then what we're going to do, and it doesn't say this in your handout, so I'm going to add that. We want to crop, because cleaning up is not that much fun, and so we might as well crop the image so we don't have to clean up as much, right? Unless you find that you really enjoyed cleaning this, then you won't have to crop. Okay, then let's just make it a little bigger so everyone can see it. All right, so we want to make these lines on the bicycle very black. So the first square here, you can see with my cursor on the left side of the screen, is the color that the paint is the color you're using. So I want black, so I'm just going to hit this little arrow to switch it. We're going to go up to the paint bucket and we are going to fill it in. Now, did you see how that got darker? I'm going to undo the paint bucket. I'm going to do it on the white just to show you. Let's say you made a mistake. Oh no. Just go back up here, hit undo. But I wanted to show you that the paint bucket is working. So you're going to go over. I like to click this actually 10 times. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So now that we've got the bicycle turned deep black, which we want to take and make all the negative space white. So we're going to switch it, and it doesn't look, I don't know if you can tell, it looks a little gray to me, and it is. True white is way over here in the corner, and it's actually, true white is FFFFF. So we're gonna, now you can see it's that true white. So true white is FFFFF, 6 F's, lowercase f's. We're gonna, oh, look how nice that is. We're gonna fill this in, this in, this in. And this is why we spend a little extra time when we are doing our sketch, so it just makes cleanup on the computer faster. I personally, computers are great, technology is great, but I want to make pots. I don't want to spend all this time on the computer. So we're just going to click, and you notice I'm just clicking the larger areas because I'm going to zoom in, and then we can click on the smaller areas. So let's do that. Zoom in here. Click. Even these tiny areas, it really helps to clean those. Okay, so just keep filling in all these gray areas, and you can start to see, like see in here, that needs to be cleaned up, these little spots. That needs to be cleaned up. It might seem like I'm being a little nitpicky, but you do, for the quality of your prints, it will help, so trust me. You need to fill in all these. And again, we can zoom in even more to make sure we get all those little spots. And then let's zoom out. I think we've got, yep, so it looks good. It looks like we have filled in everything. So now we're going to clean up. So over here on the left, this is your eraser tool. That works to erase, but you're like, oh, it's drawing black. That's because typically the black color is highlighted for the color that you want to use. So when you use the eraser tool, you want to make sure the white is underneath the black box. And just remember to eliminate this black squiggle, just undo eraser. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in and we're going to take this kind of square by square, area by area, just small area by small area. It's easier to do it this way. So there's a black dot here, here, and I like to just go around and do the easy stuff first. Don't see anything. We're going to scroll down, and we'll scroll over. Don't see anything too big. Okay, so now let's start cleaning up the inside of the bike. So you can see here we need to clean that up, but if I do that, oh, it'll take that whole section. So we need to go back, undo eraser, and over here on the left upper corner, you can change the size of the eraser. So I'm gonna take it down. Let's see, 17. 17 looks good. I was gonna say between 15 and 20. We're just going to clean that up. We've got this little part right here. We're going to clean that up. Now you can see like along this whole edge, it's pixelated a little. I'm not too worried about that. If you want to go and clean it up, feel free. It's not going to make that big of a difference. I just like to get the pieces that are really kind of sticking out. That actually had a little gray in there, so I'll just clean it up. Because you could spend hours doing this. And again, remember, we want to make pots. We want to decorate our pots. Oh, you know what though? I see a little white area right there I didn't get. So I'm going to switch back for a second to the paint bucket. Switch the white to the top color. We're going to zoom in. I'm going to hit that little area. Boop. All right. We are going to zoom out. Zoom. If you're using a Mac, Command plus zooms in, Command minus zooms out. I'm not sure what the equivalents are on a PC. You can also go here up to view and just zoom in and zoom out. So if you need to do that, that is how you would do that. Let's see, we're going back. We have the eraser tool. We want to switch again, remember. Switch so the white color's on the bottom. And then we're going, oh, I'm sorry, that's the paint bucket, but we want to use the eraser tool. We're going to just continue to clean up any big discrepancies. This looks pretty good. If you hear that horrible squeaking, that is my mouse. I don't know. I don't know why it does that. I guess I could oil it, maybe? I don't know. Can you oil them? Oh, okay, so there's a white spot here, and we want that black. So remember, we can just switch the colors. Boop, black. Switch it back to white. Do a little more cleanup. I do this a lot, so remember I can kind of draw with a mouse which is not, that's kind of a skill. You could probably, even if you had an app on like your tablet, clean it up that way. And then you could use maybe a stylus. That is an option. Just, you know, be patient. I'm going to clean this up. And then we're going to clean this up just a little. Okay, and then let's go over to the front wheel and see what needs to be cleaned up here. Just a little rough stuff here. How's that look? I'm not too worried about that. The reason I'm not worried about that, it doesn't have any of that gray scale in it, that gray that we've been trying to get away from. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so then let's, just so you can see it, we're gonna fit it on the screen. There, I think that looks great. All right, so next, what you wanna do is we're gonna go over, we're gonna save it, File, Save As. We wanna make sure that we save it as a JPEG. I'm gonna save it to my Screen Printing Teacher folder. That way, because we're going to need this in a second. I'm going to name it the bike. And we're going to hit save. All right, we're almost there. So next, what we want to do is you want to open up a document, either in Word or Pages, or you could even use Google Docs, because we need to paste this image into a document so then we can print it. So I'm just going to use Pages, and that is, oh, those are my tips for how to those are my tips for how to run my online class. We want a new, so we're going to go create a new file. And then what I do is I always make the header, the footer, all the document margins as small as they'll go, because we're not formatting this for a word processing document, right? We are doing this for images, so the margins don't really matter. So we're going to go to Media, and you need to insert the bike in there. Now this is pretty big, so we're going to see, so you can see the JPEGs. We're going to see if this works. We might have to go back into Photoshop and resize it. Oh no, this looks okay. So I've been doing this long enough that I know that on a printer piece of paper, I could get 8 bicycles, and that would do 8 mugs. Does that make sense? So if I divided this page in half and then there were 4, I could get 8 of these bicycle images, and they would fit 8 of my mugs. Let's put the rulers on here so I can show you more, right? So my mugs that I make are about 4.5 inches tall. And then the wrap, right? They wrap, so you only need half of it. So it's only going to go on the front, is what I mean. So let's see. I want to make sure when I print it that it is correct. So let's play around a second. We're going to copy, paste, put one there. Is it going to fit? It's a little tight. Let's move this over here. I'm going to paste again. Oop, what happened here? Hang on one second, I'm just gonna, there, okay. And then we'll paste again. And from when I've taught this in the past, people have asked me, Do you have to use all the same images? No. You could make this all different images. It's just easier for me for time to just do one, but you are more than welcome to do. You could do bicycles, you could do flowers, you could do bikes and flowers. It's really up to you. So let's see. This looks over a little far. So let's there's some dead space at the bottom. That's okay. So I'm just gonna print this. You're not gonna be able to see this, but I'm gonna print it just on a piece of paper, and I will show it to you in the next video to see how it looks. And it fits, so I am going to print this that we just made on some transparencies, and I will show you that in just 1 minute.